What's to stop me from inventing my own religion right now? And then, I don't know, maybe printing like my own kind of Bible. And then my Bible would claim this book is true, there that proves it. And then me disagreeing with you, you have nothing to counter that.
Hang on a minute. Well, I wasn't looking then. Put that thing back up.
It's a book, and it says that the book is true, so there that proves it.
Oh, okay, the Spanky Bible.
The Spanky Bible, yeah.
Did it take you long?
No.
Okay.
I didn't write it. A perfect being wrote it.
Well, you see, the Bible, it took a bit of time to get compiled, about 1,500 years. More than one person wrote it. It was written in 3 different languages. Yeah, over 3 different continents. So we're not talking about something that you produce in your basement. And then what's more is that the Bible, it gives us an historical account that could be verified. And on top of that,
it never has been.
So stay with me a minute just to make my point. And on top of that, it tells the future. So we've got a lot of basis of evidence.
But it doesn't.
That we can look at this book and say, you know what? This book is quite an amazing book to start with. And the claims it's making are quite amazing as well. Let's investigate them, take a look. And lo and behold, these things are coming up to be true. So it's not just
such like as what?
Up a book. In what are you asking me?
You said these things in the book turn out or end up being true or something like that, or were found out to be the case.
So, for instance, we've got evidence for the people, the places, and the events in the Bible.
Such as?
Yeah. Such as Moses and the Red Sea crossing. There's evidence for that. Mount Sinai.
There isn't. Wow, God.
There's evidence.
Man. Okay, Moses. What are you talking about? Are you talking about Ron Wyatt, who was a nurse from Texas and a complete charlatan and a fraud? Are you talking about him finding wagon wheels inside the Red Sea, which he never did?
Why do you say he never found them?
Because literally nothing Ron Wyatt ever claimed to discover exists in any physical material form. It's literally just him saying that he did it. Like, he claimed, for example, he claimed that he went underneath the supposed tomb of Jesus inside the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, and he found the Ark of the Covenant, and there was blood on it, and it was Jesus's blood, and the blood had exactly 24 chromosomes, 23 from Mary, 1 from God. And he never, ever produced one photograph, one blood sample, or anything like that. And even the people, the Christians who are like in charge and give permissions and everything for that site, came out and said, yeah, he didn't find anything. He's just a complete known hack and liar like that. And yeah, so with the wagon wheels, that I have seen like a photo, and I don't know if it's even attributed to him or if somebody else went there. And I've heard people say that it's not even a wagon wheel, it's just a circular looking like coral formation. But even if it is, they used chariots in Egypt for multiple centuries, if not at least a millennia or more. And so a wagon wheel ending up there is literally nothing special at all.
So as far as I'm aware, and the things that I've listened to and looked at, there is a lot of wagon wheels down there. There was also found a golden wheel down there.
A golden wheel? What's that indicative of?
Well, the Pharaoh had golden wheels on his chariot. And the story
Where do you get that information from?
Well, it's seen on the hieroglyphs in the pyramids.
You know that gold is like one of the softest metals and one of the heaviest metals, and so it would be apart from water, it would be the worst imaginable thing to make a wheel out of.
Apart from water? I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't assume that the whole wheel was made of gold. I would
Okay.
assume that he would have a gold overlay
Okay.
in the shape of the wheel. Yeah.
And there's evidence of this because I'm not finding any.
So I can't remember where I saw it because this is years and years
Okay.
ago when I looked into evidence for the Bible. But you know, I saw this stuff on, and also it was said that there's in a certain place there where they found these Egyptian chariots, there was a natural walkway that if the sea did in part in that place, you could walk across there.
No, there are
So
no
you're nodding.
walkways.
So listen. You're nodding your head and saying no.
I'm
Yeah.
shaking my head and saying no.
Beg your pardon. Shaking your head and saying no. I
Do
mean,
they
I
call
could
this
be
nodding
here.
where you're from?
Honestly, I don't know. Nodding's up and down. Yeah, I made a mistake.
Okay. Well, no, actually, the
Apologies.
reason I ask that is because in certain countries, this means yes and this means no.
Really?
That actually is the case. So I didn't know if in Australia, I think that's where you're from, where if they call this nodding. I mean, it's possible. So, anyways,
Yeah. So I mean, my point is here. You know, you're shaking your head no. I could be here shaking my head yes. You know, at that point in a discussion, I think like we have to throw that evidence out because you're not accepting it, and I'm not accepting that you're not accepting it. Do you know what I mean?
uh, yeah, I mean, you'd either have to produce a source for something, or I mean, there are certain things that are just common knowledge that we all agree on, but this is very niche and esoteric stuff. So you'd have to produce some kind of source for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not equipped to do that right now. I'm not on my laptop and stuff. And so, I mean, what about Mount Sinai? You heard of that one from Ron Wyatt as well?
Oh God, are you talking about the mountain that has a burnt top to it?
Yeah, sure. And an altar at the bottom.
It's not. So there's no altar that's ever been produced, but that mountain that they claim is that. It's a natural type of it's either igneous or metamorphic rock. I don't know which one, but that mountain that they claim is Mount Sinai is part of. I can't show you. It would be too difficult to. I can't get the camera to show my computer screen or whatever. But literally, the top of that mountain is this dark rock, and so are all the mountains in that area. And it's hundreds and hundreds of square miles where all the mountaintops have that, and that's the kind of thing we see with layers in mountains in orogenies. You can see it in other types of formations as well.
I mean, you know, this is new to me because the photos I saw, the other mountains weren't scorched black. The tops of the other mountains in that area wasn't scorched black.
Yeah, you can see. I mean, you can just go to Google Maps and look at it, and it's just very clear. They're all dark in exactly the same way. Another thing I've seen is people take a picture of a mountain where a cloud is casting a shadow over it. You can't see the cloud necessarily. And then the other ones don't have it. That's just literally a shadow.
Right. Okay. So basically, you're throwing out all Ron Wyatt's work as a charlatan. That's your
Yes,
defense on
because he never produced a single physical example of any of the things he ever claimed he found. And at least with the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, the people there who, like, if you think the Catholic Church wouldn't want to have that kind of evidence, then I don't know what to tell you. But for devout Christians who are like in charge of this thing to come out and say no, he didn't produce any evidence is extremely damning.
Okay, well, in response to your response, all I can say is that I'll go away and do some more research into this guy.